All right, we're gonna get started here in just a couple minutes just to allow people to get in and signed on. For those of you online, if you have any trouble hearing me or seeing my screen, just let me know. I'm gonna put that in the chat as well in case you can't hear me. Oh, wow. Yeah.
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank, thank you. It's another one of that's Leah's. I feel like every time someone compliments my outfit, I'm like, it's Leah's or it's my mom's. Yeah. Because I just take all their clothes. It is. It's the best. I don't even have to go shopping for new clothes. Well, yeah. No. Yeah. Man, because that's the whole perk, having them. The shoes, though, I can't share with them. They get to share shoes. I don't. My feet are too small. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm wearing them a lot lately because I just got them. So just love them. Yeah, exactly. Girl, yeah. Exactly. That's exactly how I calculate that.
My husband, one of those about the breakdown of the cost of Botox.
Mhm.
They're like, Botox is it, but I use my face every day. 24 hours
So,
a day. 2 cents, like a second. And I'm like, forward.
yeah, that's amazing.
This is so much.
That is exactly girl math.
Like, I don't, but you don't believe that. I'm so beautiful. And I'm like, you've never seen what I actually look like. Just to be clear, from the day that we met, makeup, there was like bangs, you don't know. Yeah,
Ah,
exactly.
that's funny. That's so funny. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and get started. And this is going to be a fun one today. I've done a lot of training on this new site, but I've never gotten to play around with it like I usually do with most of the technology classes because, well, I wanted to upgrade the site together today, so I couldn't exactly get to the back end in my site. So this will be a fun class today because it will maybe be a little fumbling on my part, but I think I've seen enough of the trainings to get it. It seems to make sense and it seems pretty cool. So first and foremost, if you don't know me, I'm Jules. I'm the MCTT here at KWB. And if you ever want to book an appointment with us, a 30-minute appointment about anything we talk about today or anything about the KW tech or marketing, coming to kwbresources.com and clicking I need tech help in the top right corner will bring you right to our Calendly so we could book an appointment and go over it together. Primarily today we'll be in Command, which is at agent.kw.com. And here we can sign in with our KW credentials. Hey. Oh, yeah, either way. So first we're going to talk about the things to do before we move over to the site. So a few things to check on first. We talked about it a bit at team meeting today, but I'll go through it in full to make sure everyone feels comfortable about that. But first, I want to check on the marketing profile for everyone, because now this will be the main place, if not the sole place, that your website is pulling from, which is fantastic. The old site used to, if you updated the bio in the marketing profile, it would not pull, but now it does. So if you go to your name in the top right and go to settings, and we click connect settings on the left-hand side and marketing profile, I'm under settings, connect settings, marketing profile. This is where all your information from Command pulls from, including your website. And I also want to make sure this toggle is green here. It should be green for everyone, but that will allow all your information to pull right away to this new website. Absolutely, and feel free to let me know anytime. I can go back here. So in command, if we click on our name here and go to settings, you'll find connect settings on the left-hand side after you click on settings there. And marketing profile is the only thing under that connect settings to click on. And yeah, just kind of eyeing through the section here. One, making sure that top toggle is green for you to make sure your information will pull to this new website. But more so, your information should be all in here. Scott Leroy adds this during your initial setup. More so just making sure this is all correct, that nothing has changed. Maybe you got a new headshot. Maybe you got a Google Voice number. Just make sure that this is all correct. If you have any questions on any of these fields, let me know. Underneath your information will be the Market Center information. Pretty straightforward. Oh, one thing I'll note with the bio. So if you don't have a bio, maybe you have that default bio of why choose me as your realtor. I would recommend maybe ChatGPT. If you haven't played with ChatGPT already, it's very cool. And it will allow you to put bullet points about things you want to talk about in your bio and kind of write a bio for you. So just want to throw that resource out in case you have any issues with writing bios. I know it's hard to talk about yourself sometimes. Any information that you're changing on this page, we just want to scroll down to the very bottom and click save. For the social media URLs, it is prompting for the full URL here. So not just your handle. So we want that full facebook.com/JuLeah Designs in our case. If you're not sure what your URL is, if you go to Facebook, Instagram, any of the social media pages and search yourself, it will be, if you search yourself, it will be whatever is in the URL bar, so you can copy and paste that into this section. And if you have questions on that, I can show you further. Just be sure you're clicking save at the bottom. All right, now we're gonna go into the consumer section, which if you're still learning the command toolbar, we can click that KW in the top left to expand that out. But it's going to be the last icon on the left-hand toolbar or menu. If you've not upgraded your site yet, this is how the backend should look for you. If you have, just stick with us here until we've moved over. But there's two things that we'll need to do or to prep us to move over to this new site. And if anyone in here is using, landing pages at a high level and have a ton of them, as well as custom pages that you're utilizing a lot on your site, I would not recommend moving over today, maybe just watching along. Because custom pages will not move over, they will be wiped away, and you cannot create new pages on the site at this time. So they are rolling that out, but that's not something we can even recreate on the new site at this time. So if you're utilizing a custom page, just hold off for now. For landing pages, we'll be able to, so these links will still exist in the universe. So like this backend section where it's listing all the links will disappear. So we won't ever be able to edit them again. So one of two things here I would recommend. So if you all have a landing page that you're using a lot, maybe, I don't even have quite an example, maybe like a promotion landing page that you want to run again next year, we need to copy these over to a Google Doc so we have these links, because these links will still work. We just won't have access again to like this section to see them or to edit them. So what I'm going to do in a new tab is go to Google Drive. So with your KW emails, you all have access to Google Drive, which we can access by going to drive.google.com. Oops. .com. And we're going to sign in with our KW email or whatever business Gmail you use. And if you just went to Gmail directly, you can also find your Google Drive in your Google Apps in the top right. It's going to look like a triangle for your drive, and this will bring you here as well. Then we're going to go up to New in the top left, and we're going to open a Google Doc. A Word doc will work as well if you have Word on your computer. I know everyone has access to Google Doc with your KW email. So go ahead and give this a name if you'd like landing pages. And then we're going to go back into our command tab. And I'm going to just move us over. And we can right click on these links and click to copy link address for any ones that we want to save. And then go to your Google Doc and paste that in. Now, unfortunately, there's not like I mean, you could select all, but it's going to select everything on the page. Let's see how that looks for us. See if that might be better for people who might have a lot. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Here, let me see where you are. Wait. Okay. It might be, yeah, if we go to My Drive instead, it might just be did that one? And then Google Doc. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, definitely. And let me know if you have any questions. Anybody? Yeah. So we can do that. We can paste those in one by one. I'm going to try to do like a select all kind of deal. So I have 27, practice ones. So I can show up to 50 at a time, it looks like. And then I'm going to see what happens if I do Control A. Yeah, I thought, okay, that'd be a lot. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let me figure that out real fast here. Aha. So sorry, everyone. Sorry for those of you online. Let me know if you have any issues seeing my screen now. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. And I missed the chat too. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah. That's thanks. Okay, perfect. So yeah, let me know if you can't see my screen now. Should be showing for you. But where I am, I'm under consumer on the left-hand menu. So that last icon there. Oh, awesome. And then I went up to landing pages. So when you go to consumer, that might bring you right to the agent site. Oops, and I went to listings. But we're going to go up to landing pages on the top white toolbar to see our active landing pages. Now we can show 50 at a time here at the bottom is what I clicked on. So I did show 1 of 10 and I changed that to show 50 in case you have more than 10. And then I'm going to try to instead now click and highlight these all and kind of see what's going to paste onto our link or on our Google Doc. Okay. So that worked. So if you do have a lot and you want to highlight everything just to kind of do this in bulk, you can click and highlight these and copy. So we can click out and highlight and then right click and copy it. Now I will say any of the sites, and this is what Scott Leroy videos suggested as well. So any sites that might not pertain or that wouldn't be quite evergreen, if you want to deactivate them, because in case someone does come across it and they're like, hey, this doesn't stand true anymore, well, there's no way to delete the page after we move to the new site, and there's no way to edit it. So if the ones that you aren't going to be using, like other than the ones that you've saved onto this landing page, if you want to go through and deactivate by clicking that toggle on the left-hand side, that will deactivate these pages so that in case anyone does go to that URL, that it just won't exist. It won't be a link. And just to show you too how that would look. So like they would not be able to go to that URL, and this is what would happen if they did try to click on it. So I might suggest with the landing pages that you do not save onto a Google Doc, so ones that are not important to you, and ones that probably aren't evergreen, that we go through and deactivate those here. Any questions on that? Do you guys have like a lot of landing pages that you're gonna have to do that with? No, I assume that wouldn't be maybe a problem. So that's awesome. Yeah, please.
But I know in the meeting said, so with the new system,
Mm-hmm.
we don't have to create the thing. It automatically pulls off from a listing account. Does it have to be our listing per se, or could it be for a firm list?
It can be Yep, it can be a firm listing. You can create that open house landing page with any listing on your website. So like putting that dash will create that for you, that like URL. So it can be any listing in our brokerage. It looks like any listing in any brokerage that you can create the open house sign in. Now there won't even be landing pages on the new websites to create.
Right.
So just a heads up, that is not even going to exist. The new, yes, so command, yeah, no worries. So command is, there's a new website that's rolling out. It's pretty cool. It's a great new look and everything. And we're gonna, but the caveat is once we upgrade, we cannot go back. So yep, everything in command will stay the same. It's just the look that will basically be new, and a new back end to the website as well. And there'll be some new tools associated with it.
Is that just in that part, or is that contacts, old contacts?
Yeah, the contacts totally separate. Nothing will happen with your contacts. Just your landing pages and just your custom pages on your website. So if you don't have a landing page or a custom website, that's not even an issue for you. So that being said, the last one here, so other than landing pages, if you've copied those over or deactivated them, or either or, also your agent site pages. So these are pages that are actually on your website. Again, custom websites will not come over, and you cannot add custom websites. So for the time being, until they do upgrade it or update it so that we can add new pages, if you have any custom pages on your website, like I do here, custom, I'm gonna just look at it. We'd want to do the same thing. So maybe in a new Google Doc that's separate than your landing page one. So in your drive, we could go to new in Google Docs and maybe name this one custom pages. We would come over to our website and click to and drag to like highlight all the custom content on here. We can right click, copy, go to our Google Doc, right click, paste. So at least the custom info that you've added won't, like, you will have it somewhere. So when we can add new pages, we can re-add it back. So in case you guys have any custom pages, does anyone have any custom pages?
Just like the about me and the contact.
Okay, yeah. Perfect. Yeah, those three, the about us, about me, and contact us, those are the three default that are going to, like, they will move over. Yeah, no need to worry about those. All right, so those were the things that we needed to do to prep us for this new site change. Now we can upgrade my website. So I'm excited. So we are under the consumer section, again, last icon, and we're gonna click the upgrade my website right on the top of the page. And kind of just go through these 3 steps here. So this is kind of just summarizing what this new website is. You could click on this video to see that preview video, but we can just click next to move us right along. It's just an introduction. All right, we just need to confirm our subdomain. So by default, it will put in there what your current subdomain is. You do have the option here to change it at this time. So if you want to change it, you can simply change it here in this text box. I might not suggest doing so in case you have that anywhere on the internet or on signs or anything printed. It's nice to be able to keep your same domain so that's not changed, so that people can still go to your website if that is somewhere else. So I may recommend just to keep it how it is, and we can always talk about custom domains if you want to talk about that. But other than that, we just need to confirm this this checkbox. So check that checkbox, and it's basically saying once you start the upgrade process, you will not be able to create those new custom pages or landing pages that we talked about earlier. So that's what we're confirming here. So we can click confirm your domain to move us forward. All right, and it says my subdomain is confirmed, so that's awesome. Next, it will allow you to see a brief preview of what that will look like. So by clicking the I understand checkbox, this preview now will become ungrayed. So we can click on that to pop that open to give a nice preview of what that's going to look like on the new site. But for example, like the feature properties, these things can change. So I'll show you how to change these stuff in the back end, or so just making sure this looks okay and your information is appearing right up top left. Awesome. So we can go right back to the back end of command here. Might have pushed you in a new tab. And then we can click next. Moves us right along. So a couple last things to agree to update. So one, that any agent that hasn't done this by the end of 2023 will be automatically upgraded to this site anyway. So I think it's great that you're here today to do this together. And this is also just letting us know that once you go into this experience, you can't go back. And then again, you cannot create custom pages or landing pages at this time, which we've talked about. So next we can just click I agree to upgrade. And that will start the upgrade now. We'll start the process. Woo! Right? I'm very excited. Yes.
So when we bought the domain name,
Yes.
where does that go?
So that's going to be forwarded over to the site.
Because I don't need that.
You do. Well, that is a good thing to have. So a custom domain is great to have for SEO, which is search engine optimization. So custom domains allow you to show up on Google easier.
But I don't need that for this.
Yeah, well, so Scott Leroy, yeah, we can do this later. But like I think this will be good for everyone to know. So if you do have a custom domain, nothing will really change if you had a custom domain that was previously forwarded over to the old site, you don't have to do anything because you kept your same subdomain. So unless you change that subdomain when we had the option, your custom domain stays true because your custom domain is just forwarding to that link. However, so if you do want to get a custom domain, so that could look like fatima.com, right? So that Scott Leroy can forward that domain over to this website so that anytime someone puts in fatima.com, it goes straight to this website. If you'd like to book an appointment, we can always set up a domain together as well. But I do think it's something that's great to have for branding because a lot of times too, with these websites, they don't work with www in front of it. And then also at the end, the .kw.com, a lot of people miss that .kw.com. So having just .com at the end is a little easier to read. So just some ideas with custom domains.
if say you have already a domain, right?
Mhm.
And you want to transition, is there a way to link an old domain to go to a new domain?
Like it can go to, yeah, like a existing domain can forward to a new site or can go to any site. Yeah.
I'm asking because, like, for example, on our site, we
Mhm.
have our email address and our KW,
Right.
right? If we wanted to change that, and I'm not gonna upgrade my sign yet, but get a new sign.
Mhm.
They press that old bottom, I think it's KW.com or KW.com. Once you get a new domain, can it transfer over like that smoothly without,
Mhm.
you know?
Yes, I got you. Yes, so it would be a smooth process because that link would still work, that one that's on your sign, but now an additional link would also work for that as well. So yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to book an appointment with us on that, and we can discuss that further as well. So with this tour, this is something that you can pull up at any time. You'll see in the top right, there's the tour right there. So if you want to go ahead and just click explore on my own for now, again, you can always click tour in the top right to go through that tour on your own. But this is the new backend to the new websites. So it's pretty cool to look through and navigate. Hi.
I want to see your sister. I'll be back.
Okay, sounds
I wanna
good.
double book myself, too.
See ya. What? Ooh, interesting. Ooh, interesting. Okay.
I emailed. I changed it on. Oh, well, I thought I did, because it was still showing my Falcon one, and so I like gave them a picture for my headshot, and I gave them my email. Everything across the board is now.
Amazing. Yeah, Scott Leroy will be able to help with that, but where you can change it, if you click on your that email and then go to profile, this is where it looks like you can change it. In the video I watched, it didn't say where this was pulling from. That was a personal question of mine. Yeah, definitely. But it looks like there's a few things that that you can do under here. I don't even know all of them, but it's interesting. But if we click on the KW in the top left, that will always bring us back to like this main editor page. So your website will be right up top here, your URL. So if you click on that, that will open up your site. So you can see that in all its glory. We're going to skip past a quick start for a second here, and we're going to actually start by editing the homepage. And to edit these pages, we can click on that hyperlinked, like the page name, like so for homepage, we can click on that. And that's going to bring us into these modules. So let's just start at 1. So that listing search module. 1, we can give that a new title. So I believe that's going to be let's find your dream home. So you can change that if you have like a slogan or you want that to say something else. You can add a different title in here. You can also upload your own photos. So these big photos that are scrolling in the background behind the search bar. These are the default photos command has for you, these 3. But you can also upload or add images here. And I believe you can have 5 at a time. So if you had, like your own picture of a house that you wanted to maybe put here, we can click upload files and choose files, and that's going to search your computer so that we can add in a new photo. Other than that, that's kind of the main things that you can change for that first section here. For the second section, so for featured properties, you can click on that drop down to drop it down. So it does have a default title of featured properties that can say whatever you would like. Featured listings, anything like that. You can also have a description here. So I don't know if you can see it very well on the right-hand side, but you see under featured properties, there's like a short verbiage there. That's what that's pulling from. Now this is really exciting to me. So now the featured listing section is dynamic. So we can set this up based off an area to automatically be pulling in featured listings to be displaying on your website. Thankfully. You do have the option here. So other than dynamic, you could go to basic, which would be like the old site experience where you had to manually add any listings you wanted to feature. So I would not per se recommend the basic version unless you have a lot of listings you want to feature yourself. So keep that at dynamic. And now we can pick that location that we want to be pulling those listings in from. So if maybe we want to do Charlotte, maybe Ballantyne. Let's see if Ballantyne's in there. Oops. Yep, cool. So Ballantyne, Charlotte, North Carolina, we can click on. So the max number we can display at this time is 10. So you can show less than that if you'd like. And the max radius is 50 at this time. So you can make that bigger or smaller. Maybe I just want to do like a 25-mile radius, keep it nice and local. We are able to sort listings by different kinds of things. So if you wanted to feature maybe the high-priced ones, maybe less days on site or more, here are the options that you can sort by. I'm going to keep that recently updated. You can also add in featured listings. So if you have a listing yourself that you would like to feature, you can search for that here. So search by the address. And that's going to display at front. Like any of these featured listings will be like the first ones to display on your website. So you'll see that preview updates right away on the right-hand side, which is pretty cool. But I did not save anything yet. So in the top right, I'll see work in progress saved, but I haven't saved for that to publish. Last, under filter listings, you can also filter by these listings of what is to be shown on your website. So if we just want to do for sale listings, we can only do those. You can select multiple. So if I do sold and rented, you could do all of them. You could do just sale and sold. You could just do for sales for those active listings. Same thing with listing status. You can do depending on which status you'd like to display, maybe like some active and coming soons. Property type, I would say maybe as well. So you can do like by house, apartment, townhouse, really get filtering out. For commercial, I don't know where that's pulling from exactly. I think that's interesting. It's in there. Yeah. I don't know where that would be pulling from. RealNext maybe? Yeah. Me too. Let's see. Yeah, if you put, then it would just search all of them. Oh, well, that's a good question. Maybe it would search. Seems like it would search all of them because I mean, it's displaying some on the right-hand side. So I would think, yeah. Good question. So just additional things you can filter by. So if you wanted to, show all over a certain price or maybe all under a certain price right at the top. And then last, I think that's pretty cool, the keywords at the bottom. So if you wanted to, only show homes that have pools in the description or lake or something that you specialize in, maybe like 55 and up kind of deal. So that it's searching for the description in the MLS, and that's how it's pulling those keywords to show which featured properties. That's pretty cool. And those are the setting features for the featured listings. So I'm very excited that it's dynamic now so that we don't have to manually add listings all the time to our website to get those to feature, since that is a prominent feature or thing for realtors to have on their site. So I'm very excited about that. So if we click on that featured listing properties module, that will collapse it. And then we can open the featured testimonials. So if I did have testimonials on my site, that would display right underneath my featured properties. And so a couple things, just like the featured properties section, we can give that a title other than featured testimonials. That will be default. Oops, sorry. And then the description, very similar to the featured properties, it would be like that little verbiage underneath. So like, see what clients have to say. Now these can be dynamic too, which is so exciting. So that on the old sites, if you got a testimonial, you then had to manually add that to your site to get that to display to everyone. Now it will just automatically pull right to your homepage for any time someone submits a testimonial on your site. So under main here, we can, sort by a couple things, only 2 options. So you can display up to 9 at a time right on your home screen. And under filtering, you can filter by certain things, like in case you wanted to maybe highlight testimonials in a certain area you're farming. Maybe you just, in case you have anything less than 5, you just want your good ones there. And you can also feature certain testimonials. So you can click this button here. So if you have a testimonial maybe on Google reviews or Zillow that you would want to display on your website, we can always do create new to submit that. So it will pull in like anyone who's submitted on your site. Correct. Yep. Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, in order to get your Google reviews on here, you do have to copy and paste those over. So let's we can do that for an example here. So like in a new tab, if you go to Google reviews. Oh, that was silly. No, if you search yourself. And you do have a business page, and do we not? Where is ours? Oh, thank you. That is confusing. Okay, yeah, so you do have to be on Google, and then you search yourself. And this is if you have a Google business page. If you do not have a Google business page, I would recommend it just in case someone Googles you, and so you pop up like so on the right-hand side. It just gives your business a little credibility there, and a great place to collect Google reviews or reviews in general. But if you click on like your 7 Google reviews, you can pull those right up. So we could take this review and copy it. Go back into command somewhere. Let me delete some tabs. Okay, here it is. Here it is. Okay, we're gonna go to that plus button there. We're gonna do create new. It does require you to put a star rating, so you can pull that from Google. Then we can paste in that testimonial. Copy and paste, or just like type in their name. The rest of this, I think, is optional. I don't know if since this requires you to select a certain date, which didn't require you to do that on the last site. Let me see if this is even required to submit this. You do have the option though to put in client since, where you worked with them. I feel like I should check recommended. On the video I watched, it did not, but I think that is something I would check. We'll see all this in real time. Oh, wow. Well,
I still come up on Google.
that's good though. Yeah. Yeah. And feel free to, we can book an appointment and set that up together. And then I'm going to go up to publish. Oh, okay, fix errors. Okay, so client sense is required, which is kind of weird to me. Okay, I didn't know if it was me. Yeah, so either so either when you sold them the house, I think it's prompting for when you sold them the house, but that's just wild to me that it's a certain day and not like even a month and year. Yeah, that would make more sense to me. But I guess you do have to pick one. So maybe even if like for your testimonies, you pick like January 1, 2022 or like the year, and then always keep the month consistent, maybe, and month and day. I don't know, just trying to think of ideas. But okay, and let's say we do know what day we sold them the house. We could click that day and click set. Wow, and it even pulls in the time. That is so ridiculous. What? That is, I don't really get it. But okay. And then let's try to publish now and see what happens here. Oh, that's good to know. Oh, awesome. Okay, last name's not required. In case you don't have that. Okay, so that looks like it was published. Let's see, in 3 dots, I can edit it. I can start a new revision, tools. Let's just go back to the editing. So I know that we can click that KW in the top to go back to the editing. And I'm going to leave the changes. So hopefully I publish it. Okay. Okay. Now let's go to the home page again and see if that testimonial popped up. Yeah, it did. Great. Oh no. Did you click publish in the top right? Oh, I'm surprised that would, because it doesn't look like it's required. Okay, awesome. Good, good. I didn't.
Go back to the section where you select the testimonial that you want. It didn't automatically add it.
Oh, like onto the site.
Like right there, we get one tag, mine was still blank.
Right, right. Okay. And that I feel like that's the whole point about dynamic. Okay, let me look into that and see what I find there. But in case you are looking for a couple, they should be under this plus sign in case you want to feature those right away. But I'll look into like the dynamic side of that to see if they're auto-populating. Okay. Okay. So advanced seems like it's not important right now. So I'm going to stick with main. All right. So other than that, let's look at my blog as well. So the blog is going to be a really cool feature on this site. So one, there are a few blogs that are automatically added to the site that KW wrote. So one, for the title, it does default by my blog buyer's guide. So in case you want to change that to just like my blog or buyer's guide blog, in case it's targeted to buyers, I'm just going to put it as my blog. It does give you a nice little description here. I like what it says, but of course, feel free to update that. So now your blog post. So again, the KW comes with these four blogs already in there for you. In the future, and they're working on making the blog feature of the site really user-friendly. Right now, I think it's still like in the works, like this blog section. Personally, I think these blogs are great, do a great job for what these are made for. But as you're able to add blogs to your site, blogs are just really great for, again, search engine optimizations. So in case people are Googling something other than your name, we want your website to pop up. You know, like if you were to write a blog on the best restaurants in Charlotte and you throw out a certain restaurant name like Firebirds, and then so that anytime someone Googles Firebirds, well, then your website is likely to show up because you use that keyword. So that's the perk of having blogs on your website. And that is something that this website will be good at in the future, but I think they're just updating that feature. So at this time, utilizing these KW blogs will be probably the way to go. So once we are done with looking at that, we can click save in the top right. Make sure we save all our changes. And it's cool too on the right-hand side. So all the versions of your site that you're changing, so any changes you're making, your website saves all versions of itself. So if you maybe make a mistake or you want to change your website, you make all these changes and you want to go back the next day, it will save your original version, quote unquote, of your website. Now I'm going to go click that KW to bring us back to the home page here. And I'm also going to click that menu item. Oh. Well, it's used to say something, or it said something different in the video, so bear with me here. Okay. Okay. So if you click on that menu bar there and go to organization site, it's a couple things in the back end that you can do. One, you can add a vanity URL, and I'm still a little confused what this is by even post Googling. It looks like it can be a shortened URL that can also be your domain for KW. I'll do more research on that so I can give you a better answer on what a vanity URL is. Your market center name should be here as well. And this is now where the Google Analytics tracking ID is. So nice. So this is the spot now where we can put in that UA code that you have. And if you had that on the old site, that may be in your marketing profile. So let me just show you that in case that pertains to you. Yay, okay. Maybe it's something that can be set up with your KW email to allow you to track the traffic on your website. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, see, I love that. And Scott Leroy can set that up for you. The support at scottleroymarketing.com. That's something they can set up for you with your KW email. Where you can find, in case that was set up for you on your old site, under settings, and connect settings on the left-hand side in marketing profile. Then at the very, very bottom is where that Google Analytics tracking ID is. And that can also be set up. Well, I would honestly recommend you let Scott do it. He just knows like the specific settings to set up to make that work with the command sites. So he'd be able to do that for you. All he'd need is your KW email login. Yeah, and I think that will be enough for him to move forward. But we can take this string of code or numbers, copy it, go back into that backend setting and paste it in. Just be sure to click save in the top right. You did that. Awesome. So just taking a look at this, looks like there's a couple themes here. I don't know what they look like per se, but I can definitely try one out and see what happens. Okay. Interesting. When you guys are on the organization site page, so under that menu and organization, on the right-hand side, do you see like testimonials for under references? And this may be only if you had testimonials like on your old site. Yeah. Okay. Do you know if you had testimonials before? Okay. Did anyone have testimonials on their site before? Okay. I think based off my training videos that all your testimonials do from your old site do like come over into the back end so that you can add them to like the same steps we did to create a new testimonial. We could copy and paste our old testimonials from the site in there. This is in case you did have testimonials on your site. And this is where they're stored, apparently. Tools. Okay, so I'm gonna click that KW again. So the same steps for the home page, editing these pages, like the About Me page, if you click on it, you'll see the items that you're able to edit on each page. And in case that was fast, let me go back. KW, the top left. So any of these pages here on the website names that are hyperlinked, we can click on them to bring us in to view what we're able to edit on these pages. So same kind of deal. We just want to drop down each of these. So we'll see like, yeah, for this, for example, there's like nothing to change. It's just to hide or display it. Same with agent details. Same with agent bio. Not same with vendors. Yeah. What is it saying for you? Huh. Oh, does that happen when we go on the actual site too? We'll just use that page. Weird. Mind if we transfer it entirely down? How do I, sorry, switch back to the other window. Thanks. Might be the cache that was saving the other one. Oh, no. How is everyone's About Me page? Like when, or if anyone's on this page, are you seeing like your information on the right-hand side? Yeah, the About Me page, or even if you're on your like live site, if you go to About Me on the top, does it work? Yeah? Okay.
Weird.
I'll reach out to KW support about that. That is interesting. Okay, well, let me know if that works. If not, I'll reach out to them and see what would be causing that. So it looks like there's not much to do on the About Me page other than the preferred vendors part. So the vendors lists are powered by MoveEasy. Does anyone know that application, MoveEasy? That by realtors. So we can maybe set up an account here. I wonder what that would look like. That's something that I'm going to look into, the vendors thing, and I'll post on the KWB Facebook page on what I find on that, because I think that's interesting. It's not pulling from HomeKeeper, which is typically our vendors platform. So I'll dig into this, but I do like the vendors section on the About Me page. I think that's a good call to action, especially for people who aren't looking to buy or sell maybe right now. So that's a good value add to have on your website. So I'm excited about that. And I'll keep you posted on the Facebook page on what that looks like, and if we do need to set up an account, I will recommend that if that's something this is pulling from. So good thing just to know that it's on here. I just want you guys to be familiar and comfortable with what is available on this website for you, so we can save that as well. Yeah, it does look like it's something you're able to edit through MoveEasy. I just don't know that platform very well. But it sounds to me like it's going to be like HomeKeeper, where HomeKeeper, like, yeah, you could submit your own vendors that you use and just kind of give a collected list to your clients of all your preferred vendors. So that's what it looks like to me. So I'll keep you posted. And then on the website, so I clicked on KW and I'm going to click on that URL. In case you missed team meeting today, I'm going to do that open house thing again. So the open house landing pages are super cool on these new websites. So instead of having to create like a separate landing page on the old websites, now we can go to, okay, so whichever property that you're having an open house for, we could search for it right here. I'm just going to find an example. So we could put in that full address right here and search for it. Give it a second here. And same thing with the old sites. The search capability on these websites are great. They're pulling right from the MLS, any brokerage across the entire nation. But we can find and click on the property we're doing an open house for to bring us to the property page. And then all we would need to do is click in the URL bar at the top and make sure it's like not highlighted blue, so we're not deleting it. So we want to like go to the end of the URL. We're going to do / open house. I think it works with just open house. It works both ways. Yeah, but either way will work. So yeah, / open house and boom, just like that. This URL is created for you right up top. So this is what you can create a QR code with. This is the URL you can pull up on your laptop at the open house to allow people to sign in. But this gives all the property details right here. And then this lead information will go right into command. So you capture that lead information. What I like about this open house landing page, unlike the other ones, now they don't have to leave a message. I don't know if you use the old landing pages, but they were required to leave a note, which a lot of times would not allow things to submit on those forms, which caused problems. So this is way better. Correct. Exactly. Yep, you're so right. So yeah, they would get all the pictures, and then this is like the extent of the information they'd kind of get. So yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good question. Every time they submit, I think it will say like that submitted. It goes right into command. Yep. And you should get a notification on your command app if you have it, or in command directly once that comes in. Right. Yep. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I'm excited about this one. Oh, let me check that. So it does look like, right, this extra checkbox, just so everyone knows, does need to be, it's just like saying that you're allowed to contact them, which is a great checkbox to have, but I didn't have that checked and it just like won't let me submit, just so you're aware in case someone comes up to you and says that. Cool. Wow. That's cool. So this is what happened when I click submit. So it pops up with your information, your bio on the left-hand side, and then they can scan that QR code and take the information with them. Very cool. Oh yeah, sorry. Here, hold on. Yeah, so with this one, yeah, this property up here, if you go to that in the end of this URL and do / open house, and enter, it's going to change that URL, put open house like in the middle. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for coming. And yeah, this is the URL that you can create. Yeah, so this looks like if, like, for example, if maybe you just had your iPad or your laptop there and you had them fill this out instead, that they could then scan that QR code on their phone and kind of take the information with them on the go. Does that make sense?
About the list.
Yes. So this right here is what happens when submit. So yeah, if you have that like pulled up, then they could be like, oh, great, I'll scan this QR code. It brings them right to the app so they can see all the information here and bring it with them. Like you do have to go through those steps we went through today in order to activate it. So you know, don't have to move over to the new site right away. It's up to you, but you do have to complete the action item of upgrade my site and confirm your domain to move forward. Also the on your website, so more about the like public facing side of it. So with your website, so now the toolbar, which I think is great, is horizontal. So now it's not like a drop down collapse kind of deal. And under more is where you find that leave a review tab. So it's not a tab on there, but it's under more. And this is where like your clients would go. And you could also share this URL if you want to capture testimonials on your website. The search properties will bring you right to the search function. And the blog will bring you to those KW blogs that are available at this time. Now the login button at the top right of the site is not for you to log in. You do not have a login on your website. This is for your clients to log in so they can like favorite homes, stuff like that on your website, and it saves everything. However, if you did want to click login and sign up on your website to pretend you're like a client just to see what they see, of course, feel free. Yeah, other than that, it's kind of right now, you know, it's in the works, it's constantly updating. So these classes we'll definitely have another class on this site next cycle, because I guarantee there's going to be tons of new updates already. So just be in the loop on that, and we'll of course keep you updated. But in regards to your site, you know, mostly your information is pulling from that marketing profile we took a look at. And then any of the pages that you want to edit coming to this section here, the consumer section. And just to show you too how that changed on the back end. Oh, this is where that is. So under consumer, you'll see now it looks completely different. One, the edit my website will bring us where we've been primarily into this backend setting. But if you scroll down a bit, I don't know if the site and app settings is where you can find at the very bottom of this page. So consumer, and scroll down a little bit. This is where you can change your subdomain if you ever wanted to. This is where you can find your app URL and a great place to copy it in case you need to find it. Your preferences can be found here. So you can always disable Keller Home Loans or covered in case you don't use that. I would definitely recommend enabling neighborhoods, but that should already be. And then the very bottom is where that forced registration setting is. I personally would recommend changing this to either 10 or 2. Yeah, I like that one. It prompts for their lead information quicker, which is of course the main thing we want. But also like 2 properties allows them to kind of get their foot in the door, see the value your website can provide them, and then it will, you know, prompt them to sign up to keep searching for homes. So I do like that 2 properties option personally. And then any changes you're making here, just be sure to click Save Changes to make sure that takes effect. Up at the white toolbar, this is where your old testimonials are. This is where they're stored in case you have those. And then collections. Oh, these are other, so clients can create collections on your site. So for examples, if they wanted to create a, collection of all homes they're interested in, they can create that folder on your website. And then this is where you can see what they're adding to those folders. If that makes sense. So yeah, that was kind of the first overview of the new site. Thank you for bearing with me through it all. Oh, thank you. I don't personally like not being able to play around with it before class. So that was a fun introduction though. I thought they have some cool tools on here I'm really excited about, especially like in comparison to the old site. I think they made some great changes. And yeah, just we'll be posting in the Facebook page of any updates we hear of. We're on tech calls every other week with like the region. So we're hearing of these updates in real time. So we'll of course keep you posted on anything we hear about these new sites. And if you have any questions or if you want to do anything together on the website, feel free to book an appointment and we can fumble through it together. But yeah, thanks for coming today. And if you'd like to, stick around, if you have any questions on any of the KW Tech I can answer, I'm definitely up for it. Thanks for coming. Yeah. Oh, yeah. How's it going? At all? What's happening? Oh, wait, but I think I caused that because I clicked the I. Oh, good. But no.
Yeah, it's weird. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Appreciate it. What is happening?
There's no way to even go in and edit it.
Right. It's like it just needs to be pulling. Now, bless you.
Tried like going into the display.
Question. Did you, when we go up to your thing, like, did you change what, maybe it's loaded? Like maybe it's pulling from that set, but I think it's going to pull from the marketing profile.
How do you think?
I really do think.
Yeah, this was the other.
I have your login, so if you don't mind, I'm going to like reach out to KW support on your behalf. Like, is it just a random number? Okay.
Almost
Okay.
it's.
Okay.
I updated it somewhere on.
Where would that?
I don't know.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I will reach out to them. I'll keep you posted. Like I'm gonna pretend like I'm gonna reach out on your and then so you'll be updated on all the things I'm updated on.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely.
You have to always have